Now, by the way, because of this impression, I've become a little obsessed with him. I should tell you a couple things. One, I have the queerest brag on the planet. If you Google the sentence Christopher Walken impersonation, about 85,000 search answers come up. Go ahead, you got a computer in front of you. I happen to be number one of all those search answers that come up. That is the queerest brag you'll ever hear.
Somebody doesn't like you.
There are about 5 pages, for example, dedicated to Asian people doing Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken, what is it?
Christopher Walken impersonation. Just type that in. The other thing is I started doing a podcast. It's on iTunes called Talkin' Walken. And it's just me rambling as Christopher Walken for an hour. And it's the stupidest crap you've ever heard in your mouth, in your mind, yeah. Talkin' Walken, by the way, Walken spelled I-N like talking, so his family can't sue me. Yeah.
And there's a guy in the far east who's right underneath you there who does a Christopher Walken too. All right, 2 things.
An Asian fellow is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to probably say it. But anyway, there you go.
That's acceptable by Asian people to actually say Asian. Yeah.
Okay. First of all, plug your book again. What's it called?
How I Slept My Way to the Middle. Secrets and Stories from Stage, Screen, and the Interwebs.
Were you scared writing the book by maybe telling something that another actor didn't want you to say? Or anything?
I don't hold back on certain people. You know, I build up others that I've worked with and had a great experience. I call them out on their greatness. And then I don't hold back in a couple of cases of people being not so great.
I'm sorry, man. I'm looking at the list here.
What'd you find?
Okay.
Ricochet with Denzel?
No. Yeah, Ricochet was one of my favorite movies. Mm-hmm. Wayne's World. You were in Wayne's World too.
I was.
Grumpy Old Men.
Yeah.
You remember him in Grumpy Old Men? He was the son-in-law. Or not the son-in-law. You liked Daryl Hannah.
Yeah.
Did you kiss her in that movie?
I did. That might have been my first on-screen kiss. Oh, you know what? I take that back. My first on-screen kiss was Naomi Campbell in a film called Miami Rhapsody. That's one of the stories.
Here, I'll throw another one out there that you guys might remember.
Yeah.
Casino.
Oh, hell yes.
Yes, Casino. I'm a huge gangster film movie.
Yeah.
Can you relate?
Well, I can. I was working actually on the set of The Usual Suspects when my agent called and said there's an offer from Martin Scorsese.
Nice.
And I thought, I'm on the set of Usual Suspects and that's going to be my next movie. I think I'm about to die. I mean, I literally think this is the moment where the Lord is going to take me because I have reached the capacity of fantasies come true.
It's just amazing. Yeah. And, I'll admit, when you first sat down, of course...
You're thinking, how do I know this guy?
No. I knew that, who you were and what films you played in, but when you talked about your comedic background, I was thinking, this guy never did stand-up.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Well, however people discover you is how they know you.
That's true. Well, let me ask you this, and I'm serious when I ask you this.
Yeah.
Where's your ego?
Right now?
Yeah. I mean, put it this way: people that have done and accomplished some of the things that I'm sitting here looking at on your wiki. Okay?
Yeah.
And I bumped in circles with people that have reached star status as well.
Right.
And one thing that is synonymous with that is ego. And I'm sitting here talking to you, I don't see it.
Well, because I reserve it for the times when I need it. Honestly, it's there. It's there for me right at the surface when I need it. And I also kind of found happiness after many years in the game and fighting and just being competitive. At some point you reach, I think, critical mass, and you get appreciation or respect from a peer. In my case, I remember I was at some function and Gene Hackman was walking by, and I just worshipped the ground he'd walked on since the first time I saw him in the movie. And so I went up to him and I said, sorry to bother you, sir, I just had to say what a ridiculous fan I am of yours. And he looked at me and had just the smallest smile I'd ever seen, barely recognizable, and then said, and I of you. And I just about passed out because he wasn't being nice. He wasn't just returning a nicety. You could tell this guy did not suffer fools. And given the opportunity, he'd say, get away from me. You know what I mean? So the way he responded was, that's one of those moments where, okay, you know what? I don't have to strive for greatness every moment of my life. I can actually enjoy the fruits of my labor while continuing to move forward.
Well, heck, it's Lex Luthor. Like Lex Luthor. I got to ask you this too. I just got to know. Ask Kevin about faggoty white uniforms and a few good men.
Yes.
When that line was uttered, did y'all laugh? I know at the time. I mean, you see the movie, like whoa, but
yeah. Well, it was meant. Jack Nicholson's character is saying it to Tom Cruise's character, and if not myself as well, who's also there in a white uniform. We're interrogating him at Guantanamo Bay, which was actually shot in Long Beach, California. We asked the Marines if we could shoot at Guantanamo Bay, and they said, "Who's this?" And then they read the script and saw that we were sort of having our way with the colonel, and they said, "Yeah, we're not participating in your little movie." But in that moment, you know, Nicholson's character is trying to unnerve us.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get something out of him, and that's his way of saying, "Get the hell away from me." And Aaron Sorkin, again, who wrote The West Wing, and a brilliant writer, and won the Academy Award for Social Network. Yeah. You know, he's just a great writer. So you read a line like that coming from that crazy colonel, and you think, what an incredible way to get under somebody's skin.
Yes.
You know, he's there in his uniform, and he's going to dress down another uniform. You know, it's a very competitive world. So,
Wiki here says that you were born in San Francisco. Do you still live in the Bay Area?
my hometown, as I mentioned, I went back to the World Series Game 1. A thrill for me. My brother still lives up there. I've been in Los Angeles now many years. But I got a chance to take my brother to that World Series game. We'd never been to a World Series game together. I don't know if you remember, but they happened to win a couple of years ago as well. Twice in 3 years. It's not important. But we went to high school with the pitching coach, Dave Righetti, of the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah.
So to see him all these years later, now have the longest tenure of a pitching coach, I think 12 years, is pretty spectacular. So the whole homecoming experience is great.
I mentioned that to mention that our very own producer, Jeremy Benefield, big shooter, is from the Bay Area.
Oh, is that right?
But he's a huge Oakland A's fan, so I want you to just say hi to him on your way out. That's
Okay, well, we finally got a comeuppance from the Earthquake series.
Yes.
When we got swept in 4 games in 1989 by the A's.
Yes.
Y'all can suck it.
Best of luck to you. Thank you. We literally could talk to you till about 3 today, and we might. But no, thank you. Best of luck at Zanies this weekend.
Thank you very much.
Kevin Pollak, everybody.